everyone, let's make something delicious with our leftovers. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Radical Geek YouTube channel. Really glad to spend this quick little time with you. I thought I would make a Ketofied sort of version on an old favorite, a Reuben-ish. So I'll start us off with, on yesterday, Thursday, there was a holiday and for St. Patrick's Day and several other holidays as well. And so corned beef was on sale at Kroger and many other stores. Super cheap, very economical. And in these days, that's always a very good thing. So naturally, we got some and we've cooked it up and it's fantastic. But sometimes you want to switch things up a little bit so you're not eating the same thing over and over again. That's how you get some burnout. And also, who doesn't love a Reuben sandwich? So let's start with the dressing. Whipped up some mayonnaise in my little NutriBullet. So it's egg yolk, a splash of lemon juice, salt, pepper, and a little bit of Dijon, and then you put your immersion blender in there and you slowly trickle down your oil. I used avocado, so use what you like, and basically that's it, and it emulsifies and makes a mayo. To that, I'm going to add coconut aminos, about maybe about half a teaspoon. I know I should measure, but I'm not gonna, and you can't make me. So I mean, you might, but you'd have to come visit. So then I am going to add in my herbs, which I have fresh dill. Oh, they get erased by the green screen. I'm sorry. It's fresh dill, fresh parsley, and chopped up chives. So but I do say if you can use fresh, get fresh. It really makes a huge taste difference. And it's basically about a cup of herbs. I know that seems like a lot, but it's really a very tasty element. And the mayonnaise, and then the next thing is the sugar-free ketchup. I have maybe about a quarter cup in there. And I'm just going to pour that right on top. I probably should have got a bowl. It's not going to be the easiest to stir up, but... And use whatever sugar-free ketchup you like, and that is up to you. Oh, there they are. Salt and pepper. Those are the next two things that you need. Again, I prefer to fresh grind my stuff. I mean, I guess it's not that fresh because it's dried peppercorns, but you know what I'm saying. That's a preference though, so use what you would prefer. I just throw a little in there. Yeah, about a half a teaspoon. I really like pepper though, so adjust to your taste. And as always, because I eat ketogenically, I'm really a big fan of salt. So maybe more than some people would use. But again, also about a half a teaspoon. So it's not like crazy. And that is all you really need for the Russian dressing that you would put on a Reuben sandwich. Give it a second to mix it up. Mine is maybe a little thicker than some, because of all the fresh herbs, but I'm just telling you, the taste is just, the fresh herbs make all the difference. You might want more ketchup than I use, but it's not a flavor that I'm like a dead set on, and plus, you know, it's some additional carbs from the tomato and some of the products. I used Primal Kitchen, but some of them use like modified cornstarch, and it's not the best ingredient for me. It's totally fine for most people, but I have issues. So anyway, so there's my dressing. You see it stayed kind of pasty because I didn't use that much of the ketchup in there. If you add more, it'll get that pink color. And here's my little spoon. Just give it a little taste for seasoning. It's good. It's very herby. And I may have oversalted, but that's okay. We're going to compensate for that. So, bring my little pan over here. This is that egg bread that everybody's crazy about. For my version, I use the egg white protein powder with water, a little bit of the cream of tartar, a tablespoon of nutritional yeast because I like the taste. Because I knew we were going to have corned beef, there's a little bit of caraway in there. Whip that. Well, I saved the caraway for part 2, but I'm trying to think of anything else. And then I put a 1/4 tablespoon of allulose to help with the browning. Whip that until it's super, super, super stiff. And then I turn it off and I fold in 4 tablespoons of butter powder. I know it's a lot, but I really love butter bread. I just love that buttery flavor. And 2 tablespoons of whole egg yolks, and then of course my caraway seeds. That's also where you would add any flavoring if you wanted to use a seasoning, maybe everything but the bagel, all of that, whatever you want to do. Oh, also in that first with the egg whites, I also add salt. I think it makes a difference. Anyways, it's real soft and nice, but because I put like a metric ton of butter in there, I'm not buttering the outsides of my bread. I know that seems weird, but there it is. It seems to work just fine. Let me show you my assembly because I assemble it in the pan. We have I'm going to actually spread. Boy, I lost track of everything. It's almost like I should start over, except for I made the dressing already, so you'll have to deal with my chaos. Take your bread, smear your dressing on. Make sure it's generous and nice because you will really appreciate that in your sandwich. The herbs and everything make it really pop out. And get your other slice and go ahead and finish it off. You didn't see that. Okay. And now we're going to take a layer of Swiss cheese, which if you saw the Cheese Friday video, you know that this is a nice Jarlsberg Swiss that I've sliced up. So just opened and a really nice mild. Don't be stingy with it. And then now we're going to go ahead and grab our corned beef that we have sliced up from our leftover corned beef and cabbage. If you have a slicer, you can make really nice thin slices. I just have giant hunkin' big ol' slices. Why not? My sandwich can be ginormous, and that's okay. Then I have sauerkraut. You can make your own if you have the fermenting jars, but you have to plan ahead for that. Commercial's fine. I'll be honest, I don't care for like the canned sauerkraut. I'd prefer the kind in the bags, and even more so, sauerkraut is falling all over my pan because I've got everything piled up so high. So I'm going to just guide it a little bit with my finger. We'll have some regrets later for being messy, but not really, because, you know, when has the Reuben ever been like a super tidy sandwich? Never, ever. Anyway, so you just pile it on there. And go ahead, tidy up my tongs, set them there. Get my towel, wipe my finger off. I am going to add a little more cheese because Swiss cheese is delicious and amazing. Give it kind of a little squish. Put my top bread. Fire up the pan. Do a nice little, like a medium. Boy, I really made that tall. And I just set that on to grill. Now, if your bread is not quite as buttery as mine, you probably need to spread some butter on the outside of the bread or melt some in the pan, and especially when you flip it, because otherwise it will brown too hard on the pan. But because mine is so buttery, the butter powder in there kind of gets that melty grilled sort of aspect to it, so I don't add extra butter. I find that what happens is the bread gets too moist, if there's such a thing. Sorry, Renee, you knew the word was coming up. Anyways, that's it for this for the moment. We're just going to let it slowly cook and grill up. And I did put the lid on there. I know that sounds counterproductive because you don't want your bread to get soggy. Trust me, it will not. If you're putting butter on there, it might, but for me, what this is going to also do is bring the heat in to warm up that corned beef and the cheese and the sauerkraut and kind of give it a little bit of an assist. So we'll be right back when we get ready to flip it, and then we'll finish it off. I'll do a quick little tidy up while that happens. See you in a moment. All right, everyone, here we are ready to flip. I've taken the lid off, and I just carefully give it a flip over. And I cover it back up. Now it will cook really fast. So that's basically going to be it. And we'll show you the sandwich in just a minute. We'll pull it off and take a bite and a taste. I got to go run and grab a knife. Be right back. All right, let's do the reveal. I'm going to take my lid back off. Grab this. Delightfully toasty. You can see it's just right, and everything is all beautiful and oozy. Got a couple little crispy bits that I'm just gonna dump right off here on the side because, you know, why would you just leave that in there? I mean, you can if you want to, but that's not my style. So, and also don't forget your pickle. And you can see all my delicious meat and Swiss cheese and sauerkraut kind of spilling out of it because it's so overfull, like a good Reuben should be. And do you hear that crisp to the bread? And on both sides too. I don't know. Sometimes it filters out sounds, so I never know which ones you're going to hear and which ones you won't. Let me see if I can get over there without making a mess. So there's the inside. There, good enough. So, telling you, I just can't wait. I've been dying to have the sandwich. So good. All right, so that's it for the Reuben. I hope you enjoy, and let me know anything else you want to see in the comments below, or let me know your experiences with some of these ingredients. I'm probably going to do a hash so that we can, so I can show you that. It's also a really tasty delight. And other than that, look forward to seeing you on Sunday. I'm going to show you how to get a little bit better cup out of your drip maker. And everything should be great. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye.